What is up, guys? It's Food and I coming at you with a brand new video. Today we're going to be making a Spanish tortilla, a Spanish omelette with potato and onion. And on another side we're just going to have like a little chorizo and like aubergine, little side dish, like tapas kind of thing. So basically going to fry the potato, fry the onions with a little bit of garlic, mix it all up with some egg, and then put it in the pan to set up like an omelette. And then yeah, so normally we'd be using olive oil. Today I'm going to use a little bit of butter and just regular vegetable oil. I couldn't get any extra virgin olive oil, too expensive, you know, so we're just going to be using that for the time being. But if you have olive oil, use olive oil. It comes from Spain, so it's going to have more of a Spanish flavor, you know. When it comes to the potato, we just kind of want slices like this, this wide, this thick, and they're kind of all gonna like layer on each other. It's gonna form the basis of the tortilla, and they're kind of just gonna sit on each other like that, and like the egg is gonna coagulate around them. Okay, so we've got a lot of potato. These ones I kind of cut in half because they're just a bit big. It's not an issue. So, you know, pan, we're just gonna add our oil, a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and fry these down a little bit just so they have a bit of color. We kind of have to add a lot of oil. This dish is very oil heavy because we want everything to like kind of seal properly. It's quite good to use olive oil, like a healthy oil like that, because we want everything to fry evenly and we want everything to be able to not stick as well, because when it comes to halfway through we need to like put it on a plate, flip it over, and then like push it out. So we need it to be like kind of uniform and not stuck to the pan. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit of butter now just for flavor. That's what I like. It's not traditional, but so they just melt this down and then add in our potatoes. When we're cooking with butter, we have to be mindful not to burn it. So now it's ready. So now potatoes are in the pan, we're just going to toss them all in the oil, get a nice coating on that. We're also going to add some salt and pepper now. And just toast these. And these are going to cook maybe for like 10 minutes. It would help to use a much bigger pan, but I don't really have one at the moment. One doesn't eat any good anyway. So while the potato is cooking, I'm just going to chop up my onions and garlic and fry them off in another pan. Usually you would fry them together, but I don't have a big pan, so I'm going to do two different pans and then mix it all together in one bowl and cook it all together in one pan. Okay, now for the onion, I'm just going to put some oil in this pan and go throw the onion in, salt, pepper, and then add the garlic to the onion like after 5 minutes. A little bit less oil because there's loads of oil with the potatoes. Salt. Pepper. And you might be thinking you're adding a lot of salt and pepper, but you've got a lot of potatoes and a lot of egg. And that's not, you don't really add any much seasoning other than that, so the dish requires a lot of salt and pepper. And you might think this is a lot of onion, but it's really not. It's going to reduce to almost nothing. The matter is cooked until they're a bit more caramelized. So I've added the chopped garlic to the onions and I'm just swaying them down now. The potatoes are coming along, you can kind of see them browning a little bit, but they just need a bit more time. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna chop up the aubergine. So, sort of thin slices. We're just gonna fry it down with the chorizo. As you can see, the potatoes are getting a lot more color on them, and the onions are a bit more translucent. So I'm gonna transfer the onions to the potatoes. I just give them a really good mix. Give the onions all incorporated. So here you can see some of the limitations of using a small pan. It seems quite crowded, and especially with this potato, this type of potato, it's not as waxy, so it breaks apart a lot easier. Oh, that's hot. Me, I don't mind too much. It's a bit more character to the dish, a bit of like, unevenness. It's not so uniform, but if you're making it super traditional, I think they would use like a bit more of a waxy yellow potato. It also holds its shape a bit better in the end of the final product. So we're gonna let this cook out for a bit longer. Then we're gonna take it out, mix it with the egg, and put it back in. So in this bowl, I'm just going to add the 5 eggs and then whisk them with a bit of salt and pepper. Now I'm just going to add a tiny bit of salt and some pepper. And whisk that up. Gonna set that aside until the potatoes and the onions are ready. So our potato and onion has been cooking now for maybe about 10 minutes, and it's got a nice color on it. So we're actually gonna take it out of the pan and mix it in with this egg. And you can see kind of brown, golden brown. So we're just gonna spread it out and add it in. And why are we doing this? Because it's easier to mix it around in the egg mixture and then we reintroduce it to the curd. And ladle it in with the spoon, because if you pour it all in, we're going to lose a lot of the oil from the pan. So as you can see, there's still loads of oil in this pan, which is fine. We don't need to add any more. You just want to kind of mix these around. Better to use a bigger bowl, in all honesty, but this is the only one I've got available at the moment. And what you'll find is that the potato and the onion are actually so hot, the egg starts to cook a little bit. But that's okay, we want the egg cooked. And we're going to reintroduce it to the pan anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, that's looking incorporated. So now I'm just going to add that back to the pan. Flatten it all out a little bit, make sure that it's kind of level. So if you see a lot of potato here and a little bit here, you need to kind of move it over a tiny bit. Like that. You want to cook this on like a medium to high heat, and then we're going to drop the heat down when we flip it. And I'll show you how we flip it later on. So when we're cooking the tortilla, you want to periodically go around the sides with a spatula, just to help form the tortilla. Kind of form the crust, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. But you can't go in straight away, you need to let it kind of set. As you can see on the top, it's still like really runny. But we're just going around the sides for the moment. And this will help it release easier when it comes to time to flipping the tortilla. So this is our medium-high heat, and we're going to let it cook until we see this set a bit more, and then we're going to flip it. In this pan, we're going to add the chorizo. This is just a tiny bit of chorizo, you don't need a lot, but if you're a big fan of chorizo, add more. I'm just going to rip it up with my hands, and we're just frying it down to get some of the oil. And then we're going to take it out so it doesn't burn. So this chorizo is gonna add a lot of color to the everything, and a lot of flavor as well, mainly from the paprikas. So the chorizo that was in there, I've taken out and put on the side, and look at all the oil that's left behind. Nice and orange color. So now we're just gonna throw our aubergine in. And try and get as much contact with the oil as possible. Aubergine loves oil, it's soaked it up. Look at this one. Soaking it up like a paper towel. So we're gonna let this cook down. You might need to add some more oil later on, just to keep it frying, but it's okay. We're just gonna kind of leave them around a little bit, I guess. And let these guys cook out. For maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So just returning to the aubergine, as you can see, like it's definitely soaked up a lot of that paprika and chorizo oil. We're just gonna make sure we kind of always flipping them, always turning them. We let them continue to cook. I'm liking the way the tortilla is looking. It's got a bit of like jiggle on top, but it's more or less set around the sides, which is what I want. So I'm gonna get trusty old orange plate. Never let me down. He's a classic reoccurring character on the show. So basically, I'm just gonna put him over the plate, turn the pan and the plate at the same time, and then like kind of like slide it back in. I do like this. You've got to be fast as well. 1, 2, 2.5. Look. Whoa, look at that. Come on. Yes, baby. That looks nice, bro. So this now I'm just going to slide back in, because we still need to cook the underside. And you could just press it back in like this. Any sort of juices that you still have on the plate, just kind of push them down and then push it down into the side. And same again like we did before, we're just going to try and push the the sides down, form that crust, quote unquote crust. Now if you want to, you could add like a little bit of cheese to this, like mozzarella or cheddar. Just give the dish like a cheese omelette, and it helps actually set the structure in place a little bit better. But in this recipe, obviously you've seen I haven't added any cheese, but feel free. And it's nice as well, like it adds a different flavor element. I really like it. So just one thing I've noted with the aubergine, I haven't added any salt or anything, or pepper, because the oil of the chorizo is already quite salty. The chorizo, is already quite salty, and the oil is quite fatty and flavorful, you know, it's flavored with paprika and all sorts of spices and stuff. So I just don't feel like it's necessary to add salt to the aubergine. But if you like salt, you know, feel free. Maybe add some oregano or something like that. Just change the flavor a bit, but me, I like it the way it is. I'm gonna reintroduce the chorizo in a little bit, and then I'm ready to plate. So our tortilla's been cooking for like another 5 minutes on the other side, and I'm just gonna check underneath with the spatula. Yeah, happy with the color, so I'm just gonna pop it out on the chopping board. Look at that, wow, incredible. Now the best thing for tortilla you can do, just let it set, let it cool down for a little bit. I mean, it's already set as it is, but like you could do it a bit more time just to kind of cool off, so I'm gonna let it do that for you.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so I let the tortilla cool for like maybe 5 minutes, and it's good to let it kind of just sit for a little while, because like with like a quiche, sometimes there can still be runny egg in the middle. So we're gonna cut into it now. Get a little cross-section action. Ooh. That looks nice. So now, if you know anything about tortilla, it's best eaten when it's a little bit cold. So like put it in the fridge and have it for breakfast overnight, or lunch even better. I love cold tortilla with some chorizo. Super nice. Lovely little tapas kind of thing. So I think this is okay to handle, it's not too hot. So I'm just going to show you the cross section here. Wow, look at that. So you can really make out all the layers there. The egg, the potato, and it's kept this shape really well. Like it's not really falling apart, which is good. Okay guys, there it is. Super simple, very humble food. Almost like tapas. I'm pretty sure it is tapas if you go to Spain, check it out. You can probably order this like in loads of different places. Just love the way it looks. I love the color contrast. I love how you can like make out the individual layers of the potato. The kind of potato, egg, potato. And then there's always the onions kind of in between. This green stuff is just like coriander stalk. I just wanted some green stuff for presentation, but it's not mandatory. And then you can see the aubergine and the chorizo, how it kind of takes on the color of the chorizo. I mean, this vegetable kind of starts out greeny white, and like look here now, it's like orange. It's great. I'm gonna try this first. Yeah. Super nice, crisp, flavorful, savory. Love paprika from the chorizo. It's really nice. The skin on the aubergine kind of like crisps up because it's been fried. Let's go for some of the tortilla. Here's the different layers. Really nice. Really soft potatoes, seasoned well. Like initially it did look, maybe added a lot of salt and pepper, but trust me, the dish really needs it because we don't rely on anything else. There's no other seasoning. It's just the garlic, the onion, salt, pepper. There's a lot of potatoes, so it really helps to add the salt and pepper. Get a nice flavor of the onion, very subtle garlic, very subtle, but the sweetness of the onion shines through. And this is where like another ingredient like cheese would really be nice, because you'd get that kind of like savory, cheesy, dairy element. But like I said earlier, it's not mandatory. Let's try a bit more. One thing about tortilla, it's really juicy too.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, but like it's really juicy. I think a lot of the steam from the eggs and from the potatoes and like the layers that it makes, it retains a lot of steam. So it always has, it's very juicy. And obviously like when it's colder, you can kind of taste that a bit more. For me, I find that the flavor shines through, is more fuller when it's a little bit colder too. So you put it in the fridge, you have it like for breakfast the next day with some chorizo. Wow. And the combination of the two together, the chorizo and the tortilla, wow. Immense flavor, really nice. Guys, please give this one a go at home. Let me know in the comments below. Like, it is really simple, and like I still have half or more than half the tortilla, so you can share it with friends. You can keep it in the fridge for like breakfast, lunch, whenever. It's super nice, really simple. It's like what, 3 ingredients, maybe 4 at push. And if you use olive oil, it's even nicer. Really easy to make. The only hard part is flipping it, you know. You kind of need a bit of skill and a bit of luck for that. But other than that, it's super nice. Please give this one a go, guys. And let me know how it went. For now, peace.